He's the one that actually wants to encourage his LGBTQPIA plus base.
We don't need your approval.
No, it's about you.
We don't want it.
It's not
I don't
them.
want your approval.
You'll never have it.
I don't need it.
You won't get it.
I don't need it.
You won't get
I'm
it, sir.
a full, complete
You won't
human
get
being.
it, sir.
Welcome to another episode of J Inclusive. Please share, like, comment, subscribe, and set your notifications on so you are alerted every time I upload. 48-year-old Angela Stanton King is an American author, television personality, and conservative speaker based in Atlanta, Georgia. In 2004, Angela was convicted on federal conspiracy charges for her role in a car theft ring and served 2 years in prison. She was later pardoned by President Donald Trump a decade after serving her sentence. In 2018, she became a media personality and was a main cast member on the 3rd season of the BET docuseries From the Bottom Up, which follows 5 women who were once very successful until unforeseen circumstances derailed their careers. The show documents their journey as they claw their way back to the top and work to redeem themselves. While on the show, we were introduced to Angela's family, including her then son, Jaybiez.
Back attitude where every time I tell him something, you know, it's got to turn into an argument. He thinks he knows everything, like he's almost unteachable. In addition to that, I think that he's probably fought really hard to get people to accept him for who he is. He may probably still feels like he has that battle. I guess raising 2 boys that were really, really tough and just always played sports and were always rough. Jay wasn't like them. He wanted to, you know, play with makeup, and he wanted to dress up with dolls, and more of his friends were females. He was just different from his brothers.
Angela has made several anti-LGBTQ statements, including comparing the LGBTQ rights movement to pedophilia. She said she does not support her child Jaybiez, who is transgender.
Now, are you saying as a mother that I don't have the right to call my son by the name that I gave him at birth? It ain't been no name change, and it ain't been no transition. So why are you all asking me to respect something that's not even real? It doesn't exist.
My answer to that is yes. If your daughter, your child wants to be called what she wants to be called, you should honor that.
Well, if your mother want to be called a dumb crackhead hoe, is that what you gonna call her? I'm just asking.
Well, she's dead. Wait.
I'm just asking the fact that you just basically said that I'm misgendering my own child because it's the audacity for me. Because what I have right here in my hand is called a receipt. This is a birth certificate, right? I was there. I gave birth. See, I don't remember seeing anybody on this panel that was in the hospital room with me when I gave birth to my son. Now, I don't know if any of you have looked down in his pants to see exactly what his anatomy is, whether he has a penis or a vagina. But the last time I checked, his mama, he had a penis. So for me, I feel that it's very disrespectful because this is what we have here. There's only one person on this earth that gave birth to Jaybiez. That's me. I can't expect anybody else to feel the way that I do because I'm the only one that is his mother. But what is disrespectful is for you as a man, right? Because that's just like if I see your mama and I say your mama is your daddy. That's disrespectful. That is my son. Now, if you want to address him as a woman, you can, but to feel like you have the right to force me to call my man child that I birthed, that I raised, that I sacrificed for a woman, that's disrespectful. Now, we don't have to agree, but what gives you, if you all feel like you can pressure me enough to make me believe that he's a woman, then why do you all feel like I don't have the right as his mama to pressure him enough to make him believe that he's a man? How do you all have more rights and influence? Some of the things I don't agree with. I'm not anti, because when you say anti-LGBTQ, you putting in lesbian, bi, gay, you lumping everything in together.
So what are you anti? What are you against then? Explain. I'm asking. So what are you against, man?
This is what I don't agree with. I don't agree that I should be forced to recognize a man as a woman if he has had a sex change. I don't believe I should be forced to recognize that. I also don't believe that children should be associated with anything LGBTQ. I'm not against anybody grown doing what they want to do, but I am against associating children with that, and here's why. When you break down LGBTQ, what it means and what it stands for, it's all sexual preference. Children shouldn't be identifying with sexual preference. So when you have gay characters in cartoons. In every essence, you are opening up the door and teaching children about sex. This is my opinion. I feel as though laws need to be in place that protect children. Even when it comes to children, why are we confusing children with gender identity?
I don't think that children are confused when they say, this is the body that I feel like I have, and this is what I am. I don't think anyone's forcing it on them.
If I say I'm a turtle, does that make me a turtle?
Is that a gender that's an option for you?
Anime, right? Because your children can create a character. What type of character, right, are your children creating? I have a son who has decided that he wanted to transition at the age of 19. When I look back, I realized that every character he ever created was a female. I never paid attention to that. It never dawned on me. I'm just like, what? I didn't realize that they are trying to make this world that is not a reality an actual reality.
Since you brought that up, in regards to the son, right? I know you have a certain view on sexualization of children. I don't know exactly your view on the trans things, right? But how was that as a parent, just as a parent, put all that other stuff, how was that a parent? How did you deal with that?
Well, I didn't, because in my house, a child is a child. So we're not even dealing with those type of decisions. I mean, as an adult, yeah, it was still traumatic for me, because you're trying to tell me that after, 19 years of raising you as a male, that all of a sudden you're a female. Now, we're going to talk about common sense. Common sense to me is absolutely not possible.
Angela appeared on Dr. Phil to discuss her relationship with Jaybiez, where she subsequently threatened to assault transgender advocate Ashley Marie Preston, who was also invited onto the program.
So illness, it's not just that he was born male. I mean, he is a male. He was born with male parts. He is a male. And I'm just not going to feed into the delusion that a man is a woman.
Cleveland Clinic did a study on transgender brains. And when they did the study, they found that the brain of transgender people, their brain is actually more similar to the gender they identify with than the gender that they were assigned at birth. I mean, it's an actual brain difference.
Okay, but I don't think, and I think that that's a mental health issue. I could
no,
say
that's
that,
a neurological fact.
Okay, and I could say that I identify as a rich white woman right here on your stage, and I'm not white. So identifying as something is totally different, right, from what's actually factual. I didn't say I accept it. I'll never accept him acting as a woman, because he's not a woman. I don't have to live in that delusion.
You understand.
What makes you a woman?
Because I want to be one.
So I want to be a billionaire. I want to be his wife. Can I be your wife?
Got one. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Tell me how you're a woman.
I don't need to. I don't need validation from you or anybody else. You can't name one time I've ever asked you to call me a woman.
You can't, because you know I'm not.
But I didn't ask you to.
Okay, don't.
You know why? Because I don't need that validation from you as a human being.
Great.
Angela is gaslighting to her conservative people who agree with her, and she's gaslighting and she's trying to make it seem as if, oh my God, I just want Jaybiez to respect himself, and I don't want Jaybiez to do this, and him dressing like a girl. And you're making about this whole sexuality thing, which it is not.
It is for me.
Okay, that's what it's about.
Okay. He's the one that actually wants to encourage his LGBTQPIA plus base.
We don't need your approval.
No, it's about
you.
you.
We don't want it.
It's not
I don't want your approval.
You'll never have it.
I don't need it.
You won't get it.
I don't need it.
You won't get
I'm
it, sir.
a full, complete
You won't
human
get
being.
it, sir.
And I don't need it, ma'am.
I have 3 sons.
Who all
you
have
have
had
one
issues
mother.
with you.
You can't speak for them.
I would rather be motherless 10 times over than deal with a toxic parent. I would rather have my father.
Since then, Angela and her daughter have had a tumultuous relationship.
My mom was honestly being dramatic because I had officially labeled myself as trans. But anybody that really knows me knows I had been getting up in drag since I was like 10 years old. I was always doing hair. I've been doing makeup for 10 years. I had Barbie dolls, and anybody that really knew me will tell you I've been the same person my entire life. Like, I've always been this. So I feel like my mom she understood the gay thing, and like she knew I was different, but it was me officially saying, okay, I'm trans, like I'm living my life as this now, where I felt like she had a problem with. And honestly, the things that I dealt with my mom on Dr. Phil, it's common shit. I feel like I just got a lot of like flack from it, and people always try to throw it in my face as like a read because it was on national television. But I went through something that I have realized in the community a lot of trans and gay people have went through.
With that being said, after your episode aired with the Dr. Phil with you and your mother, How did things go? Did y'all relationship get worse at first from that point on, or did it get better?
Honestly, I tell people this all the time. Doing that Dr. Phil thing was honestly one of my biggest regrets because it didn't really change anything as far as me and my mom relationship. Me and my mom was talking a couple weeks after that because this is my mom. Even when I don't agree with some shit she do, even when she get on my nerves, this lady been getting on my damn nerves all my life. She gave birth to me. So all Dr. Phil really did was put a whole bunch of extra people in our business.
Yes,
and I feel like me and my mom naturally could have worked on our relationship and gotten through stuff without the entire world knowing what we went through. But in some ways it's a blessing because I never know what young trans girl or what young gay boy might have seen that thing and could have related to me in that moment.
With 23-year-old Jaybiez going on to make a name for herself on the ballroom scene, Twitch, Bigo, and she's also appearing on the forthcoming Now That's TV reality show, Dollhouse.
What's up? The baddest transgender bitch is here. It ain't gonna be no Dollhouse without City Star. Wait, this bitch gave me a knot. Oh, you're dead, you fat pig. You're dead.
You can't do this. You can't do this. We can't go ass for ass, bitch. You ain't got enough ass for this to be your show. This dollhouse, not brick house, bitch. She's a brick house. This ain't the house for you, bitch.
If you can even call any of this a show, because at this point, just start a boxing league, arrange matches, and let people fight for a championship belt. Late last year, Angela made this post on social media that read, "This morning I woke up and chose to set myself free. Elon Musk made me confront something I never wanted to accept. Jay isn't coming back. The woke mind virus took my son too. Rest in peace, Jaybiez. I'm finally free. I will always love you." Jaybiez and Angela would reunite on social media again, where Angela threatened to harm another trans woman, which I can't blame her for, because that trans woman is a mess.
Somebody has something to say.
They didn't have nothing to say.
Oh, I didn't think they had nothing to say.
I'm actually about to pass out some work.
I didn't think they had nothing to say.
They don't have nothing to say.
Oh, I know they don't got
work.
nothing to say.
I'm about to pass out some work though.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to pass out some work though. I'm about to pass out some work though.
Oh.
I'm about to give out some work. I'm about to give out some work. That's actually where I was going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm right here.
What they want with it.
Okay, well, since you here, we just go ahead and start the topic. So first of all, this one goes out to Sour Apple Lemon Booty Boom, aka Charlie. So Cherry Lemon Booty. Lemon booty.
Oh, grapefruit booty ass.
Lemon booty. You knew
citrus
better.
Booty ass.
You knew better.
Oh, burn
Hold
with
on.
it, drip ass.
Because I got notes. I took notes. Bitch, y'all know I ain't never had to write down to read, but for this bitch, I was like, oh, bitch, I'm off. This hold on read me on a Friday. I'm taking a 2-day vacation. When I get back on Monday, when I get back in the office, that's Cherry ass. Cherry, I'm back in the office, bitch.
Fast forward to present day, and Angela has now threatened another trans woman, TS Madison, who's still receiving both support and criticism after her interview with Nene Leakes went viral.
Well, I don't date gay men.
Well, okay, well, I you know when you guys be saying that, that's weird.
Why?
Because what do you mean you don't date gay men? Because if he is sleeping with you and sleeping with a woman, he's something.
Well, he's not gay.
What is he?
He's definitely not gay.
He's bi?
Listen, because if a man come in here and he looks at me and you.
Yeah. What is he?
Well, he likes women.
Yeah, because he doesn't know.
Well, and if he does know, he likes women.
Okay.
Now,
but what is he?
Well, that would possibly, it's a possibility.
He's bisexual?
He could be bi or he could be pan.
Okay, what was pan? I forgot.
That
means you be whatever you like, whatever you like.
Hearts,
pan.
not hearts.
Right. So whatever you see you like, whatever I'm on, that's what I'm on today.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
You know, a lot of men are a lot of men are pan, but they don't say anything. Like
I don't want to run into them. I don't want to date him.
Nene, if you've dated,
I need you to like.
Nene, if you've
Hello
dated,
Kitty all the time.
If you've dated men,
yes.
If you've dated men, there's a possibility in your life that
he's been with a man.
He's been with something.
What do you mean he's been with something?
He's been outside. I mean, here's the thing. I know that women consider trans women men because we were born male, but there's a difference between being man and male.
I get it. But you have your part.
That's correct.
So he can love you and think you're so beautiful, and I want to sleep with you.
There are men who deal with me that won't touch my parts. Anytime you see
But does he know it's there?
Yeah, he knows it's there. I'm not hiding it.
Oh, you're not?
No.
I mean, that wouldn't make any sense.
Well, I've had gentlemen to tell me, hey, put a pillow over that. And I'm like, well, you're not the nigga for me. You don't have to touch it and deal with it, but I'm not hiding shit from you.
So, okay, wait a minute. We got to go back and figure this out.
Yeah.
So the man...
Now we talking.
Yeah, so the man gonna be sleeping with me and you. I don't want to talk to him no more.
You don't?
No,
that-
because see, he's not telling me the truth.
Well,
Nine
what
times out
what
of
truth
10,
does he need to
like,
tell
but
you, Nene? Tell me.
well, the guy seemed like he would come and tell me that he's bisexual. So what if he never told me? Isn't he lying to me? You said they wake up and lie.
They do.
So he woke up and lied.
But how can we make men comfortable to even say that they find other things outside
I don't know,
of
but I
of
feel
what
like he should
societal-
tell me what he likes.
But here's the thing: you might demonize him for telling.
I won't. I just probably won't be with him.
Yeah, that is correct. And then men risk they risk losing that. You know, there's some men that have experiences, just like there are women that have had an experience.
Madison addressed the online chatter on her YouTube show and was later asked about her relationship with Nene and black women by TMZ.
Hearing me say that men mess with the girl, she was not receiving
Right.
that. So it showed you there who was more receptive to an understanding situation. And I still left there with love for her. I still left there with the understanding and the knowing that Nene is almost 60 years old.
Yeah.
Bitch, yes.
I think she's like 54 or something.
50, 55, but she looks good. She's almost 60 years old. You can't teach a person, which I'm going to bring this back to the top of the show, which I'm talking to Reddit. You can't get over here and you lecture a person who's in their 50s or 60s about respectability clause or whatever. You can tell them, but you can't just say, bitch, today you're going to do this. When you come from a school of, you hit me, I'm hitting you back. You fight me, I'm going to knock your ass I'm going to hit you as hard as I can. You sit down with me. These are my beliefs, and then but what I understood was in the conversation she said, I said, well, Nene, would you be open to dating a guy that I know? She said, well, do you only know gay men? And then I looked at the camera and was like, well, no, sweetie, I don't date gay men because the gay men don't date. I'm here addressing a lot of backlash I got for doing Nene Leakes interview, you know, and I don't think it was backlash. I think that it was just me having a full conversation about, you know, what people are really talking about, you know. And I think that the world is so mixed up with people thinking like, you know, men don't like trans women or straight men don't like trans women or whatever. These are these people's identity. People can identify what they choose. I said that the very first time when they were saying there was only two genders. Nene represents 90% of women who feel that way. But, you know, it's a real thing out here. Like, you can't, if you go down a man's Rolodex, you don't know what a man has done. Like, you don't know how real he's keeping it with you. A lot of women ask men to be upfront and honest, but then you don't leave the floor open, you know, for them to tell you all their dirty laundry.
So a lot of people, you know, were saying that Nene was being transphobic, you know. What do you say to those people? Do you feel like she was?
I don't think that Nene was necessarily being transphobic. I think that her thoughts like are rooted into pieces of stuff that's been passed down. Like, you know, do I think that she sees me as a man? Yes, I do think that she sees me as a man. Do I think that she respects me on the surface as a trans woman? Probably, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, she's respectful enough to use my pronouns as she and her, but like deep down inside, it's just like, you're a man, I'm a woman. I don't want to date no man that's ever dated with you. But girl, you live in Atlanta. Girl, you live in Atlanta. Girl, you live in Atlanta, girl.
Have you talked to Nene since that sit down and?
I've texted her. I've texted her and said hi and hello, whatever. I've liked her stuff, whatever. She's came under a few of my videos and stuff, and she's like, I mean, I don't have any problem with Nene. She thinks like your aunt will think, or your neighbor, or, you know, she's a black woman that's thinks.
A lot of black women
think that way. So it's just like I didn't really take offense to it, but I did go back and I was like a little bit like, girl, you should be more progressive than this. You're surrounded by gay people. You're surrounded by gay and trans people, girl. You should be more progressive in your thinking.
Now, Angela has decided to lend her unnecessary voice to the conversation, something Madison responded to on the latest episode of her talk show with Craig Stewart.
Let me plug my phone up. Make sure I got a good charge. Let's let some people get in here for a minute. I'm gonna address this kind of like once and for all publicly, and I'm going to share this on my platform, right? TS Madison and I going back and forth up under a post regarding on the Jasmine brand page. It's regarding a conversation that T.S. Madison and Nene Leakes had about whether or not they are men or women. Of course, T.S. Madison, because he can't birth children of his own, has, I guess, taken Jay up under his wing. Love Jay. I don't blame you for loving Jay. I love Jay. Jay is beautiful.
Jay looked just like his mama. Don't nobody love Jay more than me. Don't nobody love Jay more than the woman who carried him. Don't nobody love Jay more than the woman who felt him kick in her womb. Don't nobody love Jay more than the woman who laid on the table and birthed Jay out of her body. See, this is something trans women, because I'm going to be respectful this morning, because I got Jesus on me today, okay? I'm going to be respectful this morning, right? This is something trans women, they can't relate to, okay? They can't relate to the whole process of becoming pregnant, nor can they relate to the feeling of having life, right, in their womb. First of all, I don't even need to address you, sir, because me and you would never be on the same level, right? Nene gave you a nice read. I'm not Nene. I had to catch my breath because a cuss word was finna come out. But I got Jesus on me today. I'm not Nene. And I don't know, like, if y'all must not know where Jay get his mouth from. But I'm going to be respectful today. Now, the issue that I have with you, TS Madison, is that whenever you and I have an exchange of words, whenever I don't agree, because you can't force me to say you're a woman. Nene was being nice. I'm going to tell you just like it is, right? You got to come back with something disrespectful, right, in regards to my children. You always have something to say in regards to me giving birth to a baby chained to a bed. But see, that's the difference between my children, right, and your mama's child, right? Because even though I had that baby birthed in a prison, you know, when we get into it, they never bring up that baby. They never talk about that baby that won the Harvard International Championship and got a full ride scholarship to every school in the nation. They never talk about Ivy League school in the nation. Let me be clear. They never talk about that baby that's on her 4th year at MIT. They never talk about that baby that's already interning for Bloomberg. Hold on, baby. I had my baby, right? Chained to a bed. It ain't no secret. I done told everybody. I done wrote a book about it, right? But that is the value of life, right? That is when you see the value in life. Now, you want to compare me to Miss Mary. Let me tell you the difference between me and Miss Mary. Miss Mary is a voiceless, trapped dependent. Miss Mary can't raise her voice in opposition of the fuck shit that you doing. Excuse me, Jesus, I had to let that one out. See, Miss Mary can't raise her voice because Miss Mary is dependent on you probably to wipe her ass. I don't know. Me, Jay is not dependent on me. Jay will never be dependent on me because I taught Jay, right, how to get money, right? However, he's getting it. Jay don't have to call his mama and ask his mama for a dime. And the reason Jay don't have to call his mama is because his mama don't have to call him, right? And I don't have to kiss Jay ass. And Jay ain't got to kiss mine. I don't have to worship everything that my child does because I can stand on my own 2 feet, right? If you don't like what I say, you can get out my house, right? And guess what? If I don't like what you say, I can get out of yours, right? Now, that don't mean we don't love each other. That means we both grown enough to handle our business and affairs where we don't have to deal with anything that we don't want to deal with. Now, second of all, let's keep going while we're comparing mothers, right? Regardless of where your mama had you, what your mama did in life, who your mama was, you still grew up and made a claim to fame being a big dick bitch. Pornhub. Your mama still had to sit in a room somewhere forced to watch you with titties fucking another man. And I don't know what y'all got going on, but your claim to fame was the big dick bitch on Pornhub. Now, maybe your mama was at Yale when she had you. I don't know what happened. Yes, I may have been in prison, but my baby, okay, ain't got no claim to fame for being the big dick bitch on Pornhub. Now, I want to thank you for what you've done for Jay. You have helped Jay because you want to wiggle your way in, right? Because you can't have no babies, right? And you're really, really fond of me, you know? Because I noticed that everything I do, somehow you go do, right? Let's talk about it for a minute. I open a home to help pregnant women, real women who can actually have babies. You go open a home to help fake women. I'm just, listen. Jay, this ain't no jab at you. But and listen, let me tell you something about my baby too. Let me tell you something about me and my baby, right? if me and my baby going through something, don't you ever think that we don't love each other, right? Jay is emotional when it comes to me. Jay may say some shit and Jay may have you thinking some type of way, but I'm gonna look you right in your face. I have 5 children. Out of those 5 children that I have, right, baby, Jay loves me the most, right? And guess what? That's my baby too, okay? And we 2 peas in a pod. When we mad, we mad. But when we love each other, girl, me and my baby will jump your big ass. You won't listen, man. This is really not what you want. Like, don't think for 1 minute that you can ever in your life, right, come before me, come after me, or come in between anything that me and my child have going on. Because one thing about a baby, one thing about a child, especially a mother that done loved him. See, y'all take this little outside stuff that y'all have seen. You take a clip that you seen from Dr. Phil, because you don't know what it is to mother children, right? You don't know what it is to raise children. That's why you got to be out here pretending that you somebody else's mama. Right? That's why you got to pretend. See, women that have children, we don't have to pretend. All right, Nene, listen, sis, bring me on your show. And black women, y'all keep giving these niggas a platform to sit up here in these I'm gone. Bitch, listen, TS, listen, bruh. I'm with all the fuck shit. Excuse my language. Y'all continue to pray for me. I'm with all the fuck shit about my kids, my child. Listen, Trump in office, baby. Listen. Don't play with me about my kids, bro. Don't play with me about my child. Like, go find you something safe to do. You and Miss Mary, I don't bother y'all. Okay? Miss Mary baking her cakes and shit while you goddamn recording porn in the fucking next room. I don't bother y'all. Okay? Motherfucking Miss Mary following your ass around everywhere the fuck you go while you disrespecting women, acting like you a woman, and she's sitting there. Listen, I don't bother y'all. I don't, listen. Stop playing with me about my kids, bro. Okay? Because at the end of the day, you still a nigga. All right? At the end of, and I keep telling y'all, I don't like fighting with these niggas that wear wigs. They're men. Like, y'all want me to sit up here. Y'all want us to battle men. Well, how did we get to this? How did we get to a point where black women got to fight grown-ass black men about their own fucking children? You ain't telling me that the black community is lost. I got to stand on the front line and fight a whole grown-ass nigga in the wig just because he got fake titties? That motherfucker still got the strength of an ox. And then you the motherfucker, y'all gonna say she need counseling, and Angie angry, Angie mad, somebody called Trump, somebody called RFK, she need another pardon. Listen, bro. And I'm on my way in the office. Okay, I gotta go sign a contract. All right? I'm gonna have a good day today. Okay? So I needed to let this out. I wanted to come address you personally, sir, because I'm not going to keep going back and forth on the internet. All right? Now, have a blessed day, right? Leave me and my baby alone. We going to work out our stuff in due time. Okay? God got us. I love my child. I do. Don't nobody love Jay more than me. Nobody. No, it ain't. The only person that probably loved Jay as much as I did is passed on and gone. There is nobody that loves Jay more than me. Stay out my business. Okay? Leave me and mine alone, and I'll leave you and Miss Mary alone. I don't bother me. What you want? I'll send her some cake, some flowers, some sugar, some butter, whatever she needs. But if you come for me and mine, I'm coming for you and yours.
I had to do. I don't sit in no room and watch what you do, and I love you to the ground. That woman don't love her child.
No.
I can hear pain in her voice.
She was convicted, Mama, about the way she was convicted the way Trent's. Pull her picture. We don't need.
And she speak about God.
We don't need to see that dot over that eye no more. Pull that down.
You speaking about God, but all that you just sat there and said, you're not the only one got guns and stuff. But I don't go for violence like that. I go for prayer for you because you got a lot of hatred and hurt in your heart. I stand by my child when my child is right. When my child is wrong, I let my child know it's wrong. I don't know nothing about you. You don't know nothing about me, but I love mine just like you love. You say you love your child. I don't think you do it. You say you got 5. I got 3. That all 3 of them love me. There ain't no different in their love. And they're there for me. I don't have to depend on none of my children for anything. I have my own income. For your information, that's y'all problem. Y'all so worried about the love. You're not used to showing the love. You don't even know what love really is. You so busy trying to tear my child down. It seems like you're a more jealous lady. You talking about my child after you or whatever. You're the one keep making all these things about my child. But let me make this clear to you. I love God. But baby,
I will fuck you up.
let me make this clear. I love my child.
You think you and yours will jump me?
Now you ain't gonna be no jump.
I will fuck you up on live TV.
I ain't about no making no threat.
I fuck your bitch ass up on live TV.
I don't like you making threats.
We ain't making no threats. We ain't making no threats. The promise is, as long as the bitch live whatever life they live and do whatever they do in their corner, and we do whatever we do in ours.
Stay over there in your corner.
She love telling people, I know where you. I know where you stay. Hey, you got the address?
Come on.
You got the address.
Already, I'm putting prayer on you, and everybody who done spoke even negative of me, some of them dead right now, and I ain't used nail gun, not one.
My problem is
not one. So be careful how you speak down on me. I'm sorry, boo. I heard what was said about me, and you mind that I say whatever you send back over here negative to me. I pray in the name of Jesus that it comes right back to you, double.
And yours.
I don't wish nothing bad on nobody. I speak to the one who has something to say about me.
You and yours.
I never had to use a gun for anybody who mistreated me. All I can tell you, be careful. And I pray he don't do too much harm. Because my God said he will fight my battle. But one thing, let me make this clear. I will fight my battle with my child because my child ain't bothering you. You got a problem because my child is trans. I'm going to love mine. If my child is happy, that's between them and God, not you. Because when they lay down, they got to see God for everything they do. And you need to stop trying to wind these women up to try to come after my child or these men. So, baby, whoever it is, I taught my children, whoever put their hand on you, woman, child, whoever it is. If you don't want nobody hitting you, keep your hands to yourself. Because your threats don't mean nothing. Nothing. I got feelings. I'm sick of y'all women on this show, on the internet, getting on here telling all these lies. Then y'all run and get a man talking about somebody in a wig. You go get a man, but you bold enough to speak your evil and do your wrong. And then you go bag up your bulliness to get a man to help you. If you can stand up and say what you say, stand by yourself. You did it by yourself. I don't wish no evil on you, honey. I hear a lot of pain in your voice. I don't know what you went through in your life. You definitely don't know mine. Because everything you done said, honey, you know nothing of Mary Mackey. I can stand up proudly. My children can look at me without any frown in their face. I was there for mine. I didn't choose men over mine. I don't know if that was your case.
It was.
I don't know that.
She was out there flipping cars. She was out there flipping cars for a nigga. She was out there flipping cars for a nigga and got chained to the bed when she got caught up.
That's her problem. Everybody make mistakes.
Hey, mama, yes, but this is the problem. If you don't fuck with me and you don't like me, why every time something posted to me somewhere, this the first bitch I see up under her and the rest of them that feel some type of way. I never respond to her. I'll never say nothing. And even in my response to her, I never was nasty. I never was nasty. I always said to her, girl, God bless you with your trans. That's why God gave you your trans daughter. But I need to say this so everybody watching, since she said this her last time addressing me, so that means the next time she feels some type of way, she gonna move to violence. Well, hold on. So my last time addressing it is, anytime, bitch, that you feel that you ready and yours gonna jump me and mine, you know where we stay. That's it. If my presence bother you that bad, lady, I don't even be saying shit to your motherfucking ass. I don't say nothing to you. I don't bother y'all. I big up your daughter. I tell you, I'm glad that your daughter exists in this world. You have a beautiful daughter. She is not your son. She's your daughter. You have a very beautiful daughter. You've been coming down. You always take that route. You take that route. Tasha K take that route. Kaya take that route. They all become. But listen, this how I know y'all motherless bitches. Y'all motherless bitches. Kaya mama dead. Tasha K mama wasn't shit. And bitch, I really don't know nothing about your mama, bitch, but I know how you treat your child. I watch you treat your child publicly and loud. I'm a rich bitch, and I take care of my mama. My mama don't have to want for nothing. I bought my house, my other house, and her house. I bought my house, my other house, and hers. My mother don't have to. She don't have to lift her hand to do shit for nothing.
They're jealous because you have love. All they gotta do is be the same way. It don't hurt nobody. Love is the most easiest thing you can give away if you want to. Walking around with all that hatred and hurting your heart.
But mama, she mad. She feel a way.
They don't feel you need to be where you should be. I just heard her say you doing everything she do. She's doing things and her stuff must not be.
I don't know what mama. I don't know because I don't follow her. I don't care.
I'll say it again. I said it the other night and I said it again. You have no
Nothing.
None of y'all. Your mama raised all y'all right. Even if they were single mom, whatever. I don't know this lady. I can't speak nothing evil of her, and I won't. I don't like what she said. I don't like nothing she said.
Well, my last statement to her is, bitch, whenever.
I'm not even gonna say.
You don't have to. It's bitch whenever. You get on your videotape. You get on your videotape, and you constantly. This is not her first time. This is not her second time. This is they be doing this. This not her first time. This not her second time. It's bitch whenever. You hoes talk about some y'all tired of fighting mirrors and wigs and all this stuff. I got some hoes that'll stomp that mark off your eye, bitch.
And I'm one of them hoes. And I gotta walk. I stuck you with the walk.
Bitch.
So let me make this clear. Y'all think because I got hurt. And I walk with the walk because I need it for a little help, but don't get it twisted, baby. Don't let it fool you. Don't let it fool you. That's all I want to let and don't let me loving God fool you. Because when you mess with my babies, I'm a bear. Under no control.
Bitch, I got somebody to walk that mark off the top of your eye, bitch.
I really didn't want to say anything about this because I don't want us to stay on this too long because I don't really believe in giving this much attention.
No, but Craig,
but I know it was important.
Craig, the reason why I'm giving this attention, the reason why I'm giving this a lot of attention.
See, who may not, but I'll go make a report.
Right, because I take that video and I make a report.
Yes, I've downloaded that video because this is not her first time.
Correct.
This is not her second time. No, this is a few times. She's made constant about, and I don't be saying nothing to her.
But the thing is, she keeps inserting herself. Like she tried to say that you keep bothering her, but she said at the beginning of her video that she was commenting to you under the Jasmine brand. Like you inserted yourself because of a conversation that you had with Nene.
My conversation with Nene had nothing to do about me proving that I was a female because I've never proclaimed to be a female.
But a lot of what she talked about, the thing that's so sad to me is that, like you said, Ms. Mayor, she's obviously hurt. She's hurting for whatever reason, right?
Because her child. Because she don't know how to love her daughter, how Miss Mary loves TS.
Correct. And here's the thing: for all we know, she could have been clued in that her daughter was going to be trans before the daughter made an appearance to the world, and she could have been building up this type of resentment for trans people all along. The thing that's important here is there are a lot of Black queer children. They're gay, they're bisexual, they're trans, they're whatever they are. And they are hurting because of parents like that. They may not be, their parents may not be on social media talking like she's talking, but they're having those conversations around the house. Your children are hearing the little whispers of you talking to your girlfriends on the phone or whatever it is. And that's part of the reason why your children stay in the closet. It's part of the reason why your children may be suicidal. It's part of the reason that your children might be out here on drugs and alcohol. It's part of the reason why they run away from home and they exclude you from their life. It's the reason why so many queer people, and this is in general, but I can only speak for me and the Black queer people that I know. There's a separation that happens because we don't think that we can share this part of our lives with you. And the fact that she goes to these Trump rallies, and she stands out at these Trump rallies, and the fact that you are an adversary to a Black person, fuck the trans part, a Black person, when you see all of the policies, I don't give a fuck if you're a Trump supporter or not. The fact that you see all of this policy that's happening, that this motherfucker is putting into place, and you have the time, energy, and effort to argue with another Black person, like I don't understand it. And to me, that's some slave mentality shit. Like that's some other kind of shit. That's the kind of nigga that Harriet Tubman would have killed and left behind because you would have been a detriment to Black people and to the escape. Like, and so again, like I don't understand it. Like it's a lot.
But the thing is that what I've noticed that nobody's mentioned is her talking about how much she loves her child. But you're still you don't even love or respect your child because you're still calling your child he. And if I was your child and I told you who I am, and you're still going out your way to still disrespect the person that I am, I'm going to have an issue with you. Yeah. I don't care. Like, I'm going to have an issue with you. No, mother, child, brother, sister, cousin, no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I say it all the time here. As Black people, We have got to figure out a way to be sweeter and kinder to each other. I live my life that way. I see your comments, some of you who say, oh, I can't stand him, he's so arrogant. I love you anyway, especially if you're Black. That doesn't bother me.
Right.
Because I understand that some of you who have issue with my confidence or whatever it is that you think that I embody, and you see it as negative, it's something that you lack in yourself. And we've been trained as Black people to not hold each other up when we walk in a room with our head up. When we walk into a room and we have confidence, we are so conditioned to try to tear each other down. And that's what sometimes happens in these comments.
Right.
I'm sorry. She's a liar.
My baby, I see this child go through this
Every day.
single
Every
I am
day.
so
Yeah.
sick, and I will always tell me, Mama, stay back, stay out of it. But Craig is only so much.
I
I'm a
know.
mother just like she's a mother, but I would never do the way she's doing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. She's
But
a
I'm
liar.
letting her
Right.
know. God has given me a double insight. That lady is in so much pain.
Yeah.
She is miserable.
Honestly,
It's pouring through the screen.
Yeah.
I don't care.
It's because it's every day. And it's just like the reason why I address this like this is because we live in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She has been to my home before. She has been to my home, and this is not her first time making threats like that. Like this, well, this your second. I've heard it more than twice.
Then she, like I said, she lied.
And-
She made it seem like you were the one.
Yes,
Like
but
you-
this,
That shit really annoyed me.
but this,
Like,
it's what they
You
do.
really went online and said she came after me and she was over here.
Yeah, no, no. She came up. He was because these are dog whistles. He attacked me.
Yeah.
He was bothering me and mine.
Yeah.
He did.
And then said, Nene, bring me on your show.
Right.
Yeah, this is what I be talking about, Craig. I try to listen.
For what?
She said I
To
sit
talk
and let
about
who-
what?
I sit and let who tell Black women down. Hell, if you're wrong, you're wrong. That's what y'all problem. Y'all don't hold each other accountability. I don't care if you Black, white, whatever. If you wrong, you wrong. If you putting out wrong information, you're just wrong. And one day, you think you're getting away.
Yeah.
One day,
Yeah.
all that you doing, all your lies, all your things you putting out there to try to cause another person evil harm, you're gonna pay for that.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
File charges on that
No,
shit.
Mama, I just needed to point this out.
Baby, I couldn't sit up there. I'm sorry, I couldn't.
I know.
I'm a mama boo.
I just needed to point this out because just in case if it go past, because I'm not gonna be because somebody gonna think they're gonna be an example, and it's somebody gonna already got somebody gonna be an example.
Somebody gonna be an example.
Somebody gonna be an example. Somebody gonna play a whole stroll game and be an example, or they gonna get one of their niggas hurt. They gonna get one of these people hurt.
It's gonna,
and
over somebody's stupidity.
And you mean to sit up here and tell me you watched that Nene Leakes interview and what you got out of it is me telling Nene I'm a real woman. I've never said that I was a female.
Said that since, and I know what I birthed. But my child is more woman than some of you women.
Right.
Yeah, and I am a cis woman, and I hate to say it in a minute. Some of them look better than us. But y'all can get mad at me. I don't care. Like I said, I'll do a block part on you. And I give
it's gonna be
I
like
give one hell of a damn about another.
it's gonna be like that 100 men versus a gorilla. It's gonna
For
be like,
sure. but because it's just like but this is when people be telling me, oh, Madison Payer does keep going. This is every day.
Right.
This every day.
They take it, they turn it around.
We just got back into town yesterday. And this is what you gotta come in.
Every day. This is every day.
Every day.
This every day. And I know y'all see it like, well, just do this, this, and this. But this is where I make my money.
Angela then took to her Instagram and posted a receipt of TS Madison hopping in her DMs with this caption: "He bullied Jess Hilarious. He bullied Nene Leakes. He bullied Kaya. But I send these ninjas running back to Jesus. I'm not about to play or tussle with these grown delusional men when it comes to my offspring. I said what I said. Tread lightly. And remember, Jesus saves. TS is heavily involved in witchcraft and black magic. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. What never ceases to amaze me is the hypocrisy of many Christians and conservatives. They can do all kinds of evil, threaten people with violence, and judge everyone, which in itself is frowned upon by the God they claim to serve. The Bible discourages harsh, hypocritical, and unloving judgment, but it doesn't forbid all judgment. Righteous judgment, based in humility, self-reflection, and love, is seen as acceptable, and I didn't see any love in Angela's response to Maddie. Ultimately, God is the final judge. And Christians like Angela should be focused on living righteously themselves instead of constantly pointing fingers. 1 John 3 verse 15 says, "Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer, and ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him." I was raised in church, and one thing I know for certain, you can't hide your heart from God. You can proclaim love with your tongue and fool the world, but God knows the truth. So for people like Angela, who clearly harbor hatred toward the LGBTQ community, specifically trans people, don't think you're walking into the kingdom with an evil mind. I don't recall Jesus disrespecting anyone in the Bible, whether they followed his teachings or not. A lot of folks are going to be shocked when Jesus comes back, collects his people, and leaves them standing there like a kid waiting on his no-good daddy to come home.